Marbella now. My name is Nicole King, and it's great to be once again in the Radio Television Marbella studios in the heart of our wonderful city. We've had a lovely sunny day today, but it is very cold, so make sure you're wearing your layers. Very pleased to welcome to the studio Jeremy Fergusson, a Spectrum IFA group. But more than that, he's our business team member of United Nationalities of Marbella Summit and a very interactive member of our local resident community. Welcome back, Jeremy. Nice to see you again.
Nice to be here.
Last time I saw you was at the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit. It was a big success, even though I say so myself. The whole different format, but I really do think that we instigated some really pertinent projects from now to the end of the year, particularly with charities, but then your section of business coming up. I know that you've already had some good feedback, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot of people very enthused and keen to get involved. We've got to work through some difficulties, I would like to say, with the issues around internships and, if you like, the regulations around it, etc. But they're not, I don't think, insurmountable. And importantly, trying to encourage businesses to give opportunities for people, for the youth, if you like, for jobs.
It's funny, actually, because I've just been having meetings together with Chris Long from the principal of the English International College, with the Butterfly Children charity representatives and Kudeka, because it seems that their major urgency is getting their shops online. And so I was thinking, I need to speak to Jeremy, because it's a great work experience for the kids, so helping getting that moving as well, because that does seem to be a priority. COVID has affected everybody. You run business lunches, you are a business and investment advisor. How have you found it in your own personal world? Because everything is really upside down. Yeah,
it's I probably scraped through it slightly differently to a lot. A lot of my meetings are one-to-one with couples, and I've managed to do Zoom meetings and use some of the modern way of doing business to my advantage. But I just miss it. I miss it so much. The normality, even getting thrown out of bars at 10 to 6 is a bit unusual. So it's been okay. I mean, it's a year. I think there's other people with bigger worries, maybe. It breaks my heart when you drive around Marbella and see a lot of the businesses that are in the hospitality arena that are really struggling. So I'm grateful for where I am. I have to say that. So
and the nice thing is, because you were doing a lot of business lunches, that although you started quite relatively recently, they took off in a big way. They were very informal. It's a format that you've brought down from Barcelona. Tell us a bit about the ethos behind your lunches, because everyone does networking lunches, but yours were slightly different.
Yeah, the company I work with Spectrum, they do these all over Europe at the different capital cities, so Paris, etc. And I'd been to them, probably my first one close to 15 years ago, so I knew what they were about and I'd been to those. So in all fairness, the stage was set for me to replicate that when we decided to start doing them in Marbella. So we just, it's a nice way of getting to people to say, look, we do want to do business together. We do like to promote our businesses, but in a way that is much more tranquilo, more of a Marbella feel to it. And it's suited beautifully, because there are lots of networking events around. And for some reason it just worked. I think that the venue, Los Naranjos, is exceptionally nice as well, because when you've got the sun shining there and everyone comes in the room, and then afterwards we can go out to the balcony for coffee, etc. afterwards. It worked nicely, and for some reason we just got traction that we didn't really dream of in that sense, because we were turning people away from quite a few of the meetings, which was a nice problem to have. And we've had lots of people that are what we call repeat members. So the ethos was not just to make it a networking lunch, but more of if people could come regularly, you'd make friends, and that would lead to greater things in a way.
No, it was very nice, because I did notice, actually, because I like to go back to the different luncheons and seeing that not always the same people, but there was additional people, but it was nice to see that there has that repetition. You yourself, not new to Spain, but you're relatively new to Marbella, because you were based previously in Socha Grande.
Yeah.
It was quite a transition, but you've done very well by, which I think a lot of people miss, is getting involved with the community, getting to the core, to the heart, getting involved in charity, helping the different associations.
I think it was probably missing in Socha Grande, in my view. It was that, so when I got here, I was excited to see how different things are here. I wouldn't say a country boy, but I grew up in Gloucestershire, in the Cotswolds as a kid. And then when I moved to Spain, I ended up in Socha Grande, which was, it's not even suburbia, it's just a little place in the middle of nowhere almost. So outside of that, I was used to it. So when I came to Marbella, it was almost, you know, this whole suburbia thing was quite exciting.
What instigated the change from Socha Grande to come here?
I met Michelle.
Love conquers all.
Exactly. Well, it was an element of that, and we discussed whether we wanted to stay in Socha Grande, and it was, Michelle was a big fan of Marbella, been coming here since she was 16, so it was definitely, I wouldn't say I was dragged, but I was persuaded, and ever since I've been here, I've loved it. So
yeah, you haven't looked back in the sense. Socha Grande is lovely, but for me, in my perception, it's far more an area for people from Madrid. It's more Spanish, a lot less to do. So you've got what you've got. But then, like here, you've got 16 worlds. You can go into Germany, Russia, you could be in France, you could be in typical Spain, you've got the Old Town, you've got the port.
It's here is such a mix, because we, you know, walking along Paseo on Sunday morning with a dog, I didn't hear Spanish spoken for quite a long time. You know, on Sunday morning, you hear German, and then you hear Swiss German and Italian and French and all these different languages. And then Spanish was like, oh, a Spaniard. So it really is truly international here. I've never been anywhere like it personally, and I love it. It's nice.
Have you been able to pursue your racing passion? Because you do, not professional, but semi-professional.
Yeah.
I mean, you do get in those race cars that look like Formula Ones to me. Do you like pursue that here, or have you kind of left that?
Here, I mean, we the European Championship we tend to race in Barcelona or Jerez once a year. It tends to alternate between the two. Nothing this year. Most of the championship was curtailed. So I did get a chance to race in Monza in Italy in October, I think it was. So Belgium in August. So I've had a couple of opportunities this year. But
how did you get involved with racing?
Just as a kid, loved. I don't know if any out there people would know what Scalextrics is, but so as a kid, I had one of those on the bedroom floor and fell in love with that, and just wanted to do the real thing. So. Saw it on TV, and I started karting when I was 12, and I've raced ever since. I've never missed a season since then.
Oh, you lucky boy.
Yeah,
it shows a really certain level of privilege, I think, if one can say that. I just go racing my car.
Lucky, it's fortunate, but I can pedal quite well still, so people are interested in it.
Well, obviously you've got nerves of steel, and I know that you are an investment advisor.
Yeah.
But for me, that is risky business, in the sense of you taking somebody else's money and advising them how to invest it. You have to have a lot of confidence in your ability, a lot of knowledge of basically the market, what's going on, a good feel for how things are going to go. Do you find that it's like, do you ever feel that same?
Not at all. It's funny you should say that, because I don't see myself as an investment expert, because I don't really do that with people. But what I do is I make sure they understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. Here, people are retired that I deal with mainly, so there's very little risk involved. It's actually, people are either driven by fear or greed, I find. And most people I deal with here are on the fear end of the scale, so everything we do is super cautious. My goal when I sit with the clients is to make sure they understand exactly what it is they're doing and why, because then they make their own decisions. So I'm helping them understand what it is that's on offer out there. We can cut the wheat from the chaff. But this is in the respect
of whether it be pensions or...
Yeah, so pension planning, and just helping them with their tax affairs, and just making sure that the things are done properly. Currency movements, when do they move their pounds to euros, all those sorts of things. So for me, I like to almost turn the responsibility around and say, look, I'm going to explain to you everything that's available, what we think are the good options for you, and that means you can make a well-informed decision that you're comfortable with. Because I think it's very difficult if you almost make decisions for people, because are they ever truly, have they been sold on it, or do they truly believe what they're doing is right? So I like to do that, and when I've done that, I find that people are much more comfortable, because, as I say, they understand it and they know why they're doing it, but they also feel that they've made that decision, which is really nice for them to do. And most of what we do, if I have a client that is investment savvy and wants something that I consider is quite specialist, we work with experts and I bring them in for them to do that. So I become very much a conduit to helping them achieve what they're looking for rather than me actually doing it. So it's quite a difference there. And that's what works here for me, certainly, and for my clients, because they see me as the man that can help them achieve what it is they're after.
But when you have the expertise and you know and can evaluate the different professionals and the services they offer, that at least you know that you trust in their information, makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, for me it's an industry of smoke and mirrors, or can be perceived that way, because you know, who really reads the policy terms and conditions on something? I mean, we've all done it. When we get an app and we download it, I agree. I mean, there's pages and pages behind that. So for me, it's to say, push all that aside, say, look, we do understand, if you like, underneath what's actually going on, and these are the critical bits. Because it normally comes down to, how much is it costing me? What happens if I decide to change my mind? What happens if my circumstances change? And explaining to people, I always say, warts and all, this is the plus side and this is the downside.
So you read all the small print?
Yeah, and then I give it to them in a very succinct, if I can fit it on one page. I mean, Winston Churchill, who I'm a fan of, he always said, you know, if he was given any document during his years controlling or running the war machine, if you couldn't fit it on a page of A4, he wasn't interested in looking at it. So I try and have that attitude with my clients and say, look, if it fits on a page of A4, we're both capable of going through that, understanding it and not feeling that there's too much information. So going back to your original question, it's more of a conduit rather than being the expert. So I don't really feel too much responsibility, because I know really what I've done is help them make a decision that they feel happy with, and then we're in it together and just keep them informed of what's going on.
Well, that sounds absolutely perfect, and that's exactly what one wants to hear.
Yeah,
in the sense of being baffled with bullshit, basically. It's just have someone explain what the options are so that you can make an informed decision.
It's no different to anything else. You go into a shop and, you know, buying a pair of glasses, you don't really need to understand the technology behind the lenses and why, just what's it going to do for me?
Well, yeah, I'm going to beg to differ on that one, because that's my speciality. Not perhaps the best example, but without a doubt, in his own field, he's certainly one of the best. Jeremy, lovely to catch up with you again.
Thank you very much. Nice
and looking forward to meeting one of the members of your luncheon club, who's going to be joining us for the programme tomorrow.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Great.
Keep well, and we will see you soon. We're now going to some messages from our sponsors, and also some messages from our Zero Hero partners, bars, restaurants and hotels on the Costa del Sol that give free drinks to the designated driver. zerohero.es for more information. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linear Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Zero Hero, welcome to the Playlight.
Hello guys, welcome to Harbour. All the designated drivers are welcome here to the Harbour. And we are very proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
Clan are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
Yes, I mean, do you think that's
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Owl welcomes Zero Heroes. Come and visit us for Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Casa Tua is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
We're all thinking about Christmas and undoubtedly presents. I can only but plead that you buy your presents in charity shops from our local businesses, and if you do go out, that you go to the local businesses and support them. They really do need our support, undoubtedly. As Spectrum says in their advertising, if we don't use them, we will lose them. When I walk out and about Marbella, I think there's another business closed every single day. It is up to us local residents to use our local businesses. Please don't go to the big shops or buy online when you can buy something locally. And I can but encourage you to go to our charity shops. I got this for €3 in the Butterfly Children or the Kudeka shop, I'm not sure which, but they all have great stuff. We live in a great area where people have lots of money and they often give away things they've never even used. Remember also, dine and donate with AAA. If you go to one of the participating businesses and you say that you've come to dine and donate for AAA, they will give a percentage of your bill to the Animal Rescue Centre. Likewise, Zero Hero partners are awarding the designated driver with free soft drinks. Always good to go to local businesses, but particularly those who are involved with our local community. Well, that's it for me for today. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow.
Upon tonight, I'm a little divided. Should I stay and run away, leave it all behind? It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these and time again.
COVID-19 has hit many local families hard, and Christmas is looking bleak. 40 to 50% more people are struggling to feed their families without the help of the Red Cross. Many of the families in need have never needed our help before, but they need our help today more than ever. If you can, please consider donating and helping our Red Cross campaign. No amount is too small to make a big change. Thank you.
It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again.
A big thank you to Jeremy Fergusson of Spectrum IFA Group. If you would like more information, please do contact him directly. I'm sure he'd be delighted to hear from you, either about how to invest your money and look after a good like a good pension, or whatever you need to chat about changing and moving your residency to Spain. He is ready to help you. But also, as a team captain for businesses, if you would like to give an opportunity for a local kid to go and do work, an internship, just see how things are done, please contact Jeremy also, because it'd be a great way of offering a future to the youngsters who live here. Anyway, that's it for the moment. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back tomorrow for more. You can watch recordings from the RTV Marbella website, our YouTube channel, or NicoleKing.es. Hasta mañana.
Straight to your heart. We can change.